These are 30 Pokemon cards below $10 that have crazy potential to explode in price in the future. Since we love this series a lot, we decided to make a 30 card list video this time, and watch until the end because I can assure you all these cards are undervalued in my opinion. And the first one of this list is Rure Illustration Rare from Paldea Evolved. I know this is an illustration rare and it's not super hard to pull, but you have to admit that this card looks absolutely gorgeous. The colors of the background match the colors of the Pokemon itself, and I have to say that I don't really care about Rure, but this card make me like the Pokemon more. Normally you like the Pokemon, then you like a card. In this situation, I have to admit that this card just makes me love the Pokemon more. It's in his natural environment, I just love this card. Next we have Chansey from Twilight Masquerade, also an illustration rare. This is super different than the first pick, and it's just a cute card. It's a Gen 1 Pokemon. It's really like a beloved Pokemon, I would say. It's really cute. And I love that he's just hanging around. There's a Blissey, a Snorlax, a Psyduck, a Ditto there. Like, I love when there's multiple Pokemons on the screen. And I think this card is really cute and only going for $8, so it's a great pick for sure. The next pick is kind of niche, but I just love it, and it's Ladon Illustration Rare from Twilight Masquerade 2. Now this is only $2 and it's a cute illustration rare. It's a middle stage evolution, and that's why it doesn't have the love or demand it deserves. But I think the art is beautiful. I think it's really cute that he's just moving or eating trash. I'm biased towards it because it's a Gen 3 Pokemon and I just love Gen 3, but I think it's a really good pick for only $2. The next one is Sandyshock's EX Special Illustration Rare from Paradox Rift. Now this card is kind of cute. I understand it's a simple design. I don't really care about this future and past and ancient Pokemon, but I have to say that for a special illustration rare of a good set that is Paradox Rift, $7 is still a great pickup, so this card has to be on this list. Joltik Illustration Rare from Stellar Crown. This card is kind of new, it's from the last set released, and what I like about this card is that it pairs with a Galvantula Special Illustration Rare from the same set. You know, I like this kind of 2-set, 3-set evolution line sets inside, and I really like this art. I think it's kind of simple, but I like the colors on it. It's really vibrant, so $4, great pick for me. And the same happens with Swablu Illustration Rare from Paradox Rift. This card, it's pretty simple and it's sitting around a lot of Wingulls, and I really love the design. The Swablu is kind of looking at the camera, and what I love about this card too, same as the last pick, is that you can pair it with the Altaria Special Illustration Rare from Paradox Rift, and I like this 2-piece set. I love the card, I love Gen 3, great pickup for $4 to $5. Next we have Gardevoir EX from Paldean Fates. Now this is the full art version, this is not the special illustration rare. This is a really cool card, it's a shiny full art of Gardevoir and it's only going for $3. I understand that it's going for $3 because we have the special illustration rare, but I think in the future this card will increase in price too. It's a great pickup for only $3, so it has definitely to be on this list. Next we have Excadrill Illustration Rare from Temporal Forces. I'm laughing because I'm looking at this card and it's so funny. He's just hanging around with a bunch of explorers there, just having a picnic or whatever, just eating something. I love the design of this card. It's only $4 and I think it's definitely worth it. Magby Illustration Rare from Paradox Rift. Now this is a strange pick, but I love the card. Like, Magby is just sitting around, just swimming through lava. It's only $8. I think it's kind of pricey for an illustration rare, which means that some people are actually looking at this Magby and like it, and I think it's still a great pick. I think Paradox Rift is a great set with great potential, so a lot of these cards are kind of cheap, and I think when the booster box and the seal product gets pricey, these cards will increase in price too. And this also happens with the next pick, Mienshao Illustration Rare from Paradox Rift. This card is kind of same of the Magby, since they both are like one color, but I just love this card. It looks really clean, calm colors, just like it just gives vibes of the Pokemon we're watching, which is Mienshao. It's only worth $4 to $5. I think it's a great pick. Next up we've got Luminum V from Crown Zenith. I've been not using a lot of Crown Zenith cards on this video because I've used a bunch of them in my last videos talking about cheap cards, and I think we should add new sets and stuff, so I'm gonna keep it real short with Crown Zenith, but this card is really amazing. It looks great. It's only $8 to $9 in a near mint condition, and I think the colors look great on Luminum. I know it's not a fan favorite Pokemon. I feel like when Crown Zenith just gets high in price finally, when they stop reprinting it, this card will be really one of the secondary chase cards, and I think it will increase in price too. By the way guys, don't forget your last chance to enter this Lost Origin sealed booster box giveaway. We're doing at 6,000 subscribers. We're so close, so this is probably one of your last chances to enter. The only things you have to do, like, subscribe, and comment something down below. It's completely free. Next up, we've got Machoke Illustrationer from 151. I love this card because it reminds me of the beginning of my favorite game of all time, which is Pokemon Emerald. You know, when these Machokes from Norman are just helping mom, putting everything inside the house and moving stuff, and I just love it. I love these vibes. I think there's a clear reference there. This is only going for $9, which is kind of impressive, seeing the trend of all these Pokemon 151 cards and sealed products that are just booming lately, and I think it's a great pickup. Next, we've got Litten Illustration Rare from Temporal Forces. This is just a cute pick. I just love it. There's actually like 3 or 4 Littens there. I love that there's a book on the shelf which shows a shiny Litten. I don't know, these small details, I just love them, honestly. They make the card so good. It's only going for $8 to $9. I think it's a great pickup. I think it's just beautiful. The card is just so... It gives these home vibes. I love it. I think for the price, it's definitely a good pickup. Next, we've got Ipom Illustration Rare from Paradox Rift. I know there's a bunch of Paradox Rift cards inside, but you know, Paradox Rift is not the greatest set in terms of chase cards, of big chase cards, $200 chase cards, but it's definitely the king of sets in terms of depth, and this is a demonstration of it. There's a lot of under $10 cards that are so beautiful, and I think they will actually perform well in the future. This Ipom reminds me of these eras like Diamond and Pearl, and older, like these older generations that they used to do like these realistic Pokemon or these like handmade Pokemon, and this card remind me of that. I like it. It's only $4 to $5, so definitely a good pickup. Next on the list is SQ from Paldea Evolved. This guy is so funny. He's just stuck in the fridge with his head. I love the design. I love the idea. It's a fun card. There's 2 SQs on the screen. I don't know, the colors are good too. I just love this card. It's a $5 card. It's definitely worth looking at. Next one, we've got Cecilia Illustration Rare from Shrouded Fable. I know we've used this card in the past, but I still think this card is super undervalued. There's only 2 cards on this list that I've mentioned in other videos, and this is one of them. This is only $7, still a great pickup for sure. Next, we've got Shiftry Illustration Rare from Temporal Forces. This is kind of a cool card, honestly. I understand why this card is so low in price. I think Shiftry isn't that like loved by the Pokemon community. I like Shiftry because I like Gen 3. What makes this card on this list is that the art is actually beautiful. It looks like Shiftry in action just attacking someone, and it's only $3, so I think it's definitely worth picking up. It's from Temporal Forces, not the best set ever, but I think it's kind of an undervalued card. Next, we've got Blizzle Illustration Rare from Paradox Rift. What makes this card here is just that he's just so cute. Honestly, he's in the forest. Some of these cards that are not like super crazy well designed or something, but the art on this card, and you can see the effort behind all these cards, and the fact that these pieces are like $3 to $4, it kind of amazes me. I know they are not super hard to pull, but still, if you want to pull a specific illustration rare, it's kind of hard. I think these cards will go up in value in the future. It's only $3. I think it's worth picking up. One of my favorite ones of this list is this Ferrothorn Illustration Rare from Paradox Rift. This card looks so funny, like it's just him like climbing down the stairs, but I love that it's inside a home and there's like a lot of plants and stuff inside. It looks so happy. I just love this card. I loved Ferrothorn when it came out. I used it a lot in the competitive space and on single battles. It was so good when it came out. And I also loved in the Pokemon, like in the video game, so I feel like this card just hits home. It's only $4, so I think it's a great pickup. Let's move to the next one. Fracture Illustration Rare from Shrouded Fable. I think Shrouded Fable is kind of a forgotten set. I understand there's not a bunch of chase cards in there, but I think there's still like some of these cheap cards that we can actually enjoy and purchase, and I think some of these will go up in price in the future when the set gets scarcer. There will not be a lot of prints of that set, I can assure you that, because the set is not great, but we've got this Fracture Illustration Rare for only $5, and the art looks absolutely amazing. There's some Axios back there. They're just vibing in a waterfall. I just love it. Next, we've got Gengar EX full art from Temporal Forces. This is kind of a weird pick because you can see the other full arts in Temporal Forces going for $1 to $2, but this one is going currently from $9 to $12 right now in a near mint condition. But I think it's Gengar. It's really a fun favorite. I feel like it didn't got the card it deserved, like inside the set. It didn't get like this special illustration rare or something. But I think still, even being a full art Gengar, people will just keep wanting it on the future, so I think it has to be on this list. Next, we've got Infernape Illustration Rare from Twilight Masquerade. We've talked about this card on this channel. I know it's a repeated card, but this card is so good. It looks so good to me. I love Infernape. I think the art is fantastic, and it's only $7, so still I think it's a great pickup. The next two cards are kind of together, and they are Coron and Madon EX from Paldean Fates. I don't know if I pronounced that right.
Miraidon.
Apologies if not, but they have a gold card in Paldean Fates that is only worth $10 to $12 right now. I've seen a lot of sales for $8, $9 too, so I think they can fit on this list. What makes this card special is that they are actually hard to pull. Like gold cards are hard to pull. There's some other golden cards inside Paldean Fates, but what I like about these two is that they're the main legendaries of the series. I think we still don't love this series, but when years come and the younger generations get older, I think these two will be pretty loved Pokemon. And I think the fact that they are gold versions and they are so hard to pull will actually help them to increase in price. Next, we've got Rufus Illustrationer from Temporal Forces. I love this card because he's just vibing there on the beach, looking at the sky. I love that we can see the whole evolution line inside the card. Really vibrant card, only $4. Really worth picking up. Only 5 cards left. We've got Manik from Paradox Rift. Now, this illustration rare looks kind of cool to me. There's a man inside just looking through what looks like a submarine window or something, and Manik is just there chilling, like saying hello. I love the idea. This card is less than $5, so it's definitely a good pickup too. Next up, we've got Minior Illustration Rare from Paradox Rift. 25 cards of this list on Paradox Rift, huh? Not really, but a lot of them. I really like this card. It's kind of special because you see like a bunch of minions from different colors just falling from the sky. It's kind of a unique card. Like, we don't see much arts like this. The art is pretty simplistic, but I really love it. I love how the clouds are drawn and stuff, so I think it's a good pickup for $7. Okay, no more Paradox Rift, I promise. Only 3 left, and we've got Lickitung Illustration Rare from Temporal Forces. This is a great card because Lickitung is just licking an ice cream from what seems to be like a house. I don't know, I just love the idea. You can see at the end of his tongue, it's like blue because he's licking the ice cream. I love the idea, it's so funny. It's only $5 and it's definitely worth picking. Next, we've got Mudsdale from Temporal Forces. What I love about this card is that we can see Mudsdale with the pre-evolution that I don't know the name of, honestly, and they're just helping out some farmer. I love that they are in a calm farm. The art is, again, it's simple, but I really like it. This card is less than $3, so I think for sure there's some potential grow on this card. And the last one, and also one of my favorite ones of this list, is Quaveex EX from Paradox. Man, I got traumatized with from Paldean Evolved. Now, this is a special illustration rare and it's only going for $5 to $6. What makes this card a really good pickup of this list is that, as you know, special illustration rares are kind of hard to pull, and also Paldean Evolved booster boxes and sealed product is increasing in price a lot lately. I see really great potential on this card. For the price it is, honestly, for special illustration rare, this is one of the best pickups of this list. If you can get a copy of this for $5 to $6, I don't see how you can lose money, honestly. When Paldean Evolved gets scarcer and you see the booster boxes even going like up in price again, I don't see how this card can be any cheaper. It's a starter too, which it will definitely help the card. I don't really like the starter, but it's a starter Pokemon, we have to respect that. And yep, that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you like this longer list. You tell me if you enjoy it. Comment me down below if you're going to pick some of these cards or if you have one already. I'll see you in the next video, and as always, have a great day.